Hey, Mark, fake banter for the intro.
That's all I know how to do.
Great.
Good to be here.
Welcome to Tuesdays with
Stories.
Hit her in the face with a surfboard.
And then the duck fell out of his bag.
Surf's up. And she didn't even flush.
Knock, knock.
Who's there? Mark Norman and Joe List.
Yeah! This is Tuesdays with Stories, everybody.
No, that's terrible.
This is supposed to be cheesy.
My radio is spitting at me. And I can't choose
Woo! Back on the couch. Here we are. Almost had it.
We're here. Hat it.
Aha.
I don't know. I'm tired.
All right. There we go. The Mad Hatter.
Now, this is it. By the way, we got to talk about this real quick. I know it was a month ago. We're behind, whatever. R.I.P. to the old studio.
Oh.
The most unceremonious leave of all time. We weren't even aware.
We're dead inside.
Were
I got
you
the
aware?
Photo. No, I mean, I knew we were leaving, but then when it happened, I just got a photo from Chuck. There was just an empty room with no cups, no wallpaper, no jizz, no nothing.
It's crazy to think we'll never see that woman who had a thing for Chuck,
Oh, the large Latina at the desk.
who I thought hated us, but it turned out she liked us.
Well, you got to think it's a bunch of stuffy suits walking around in there suing people and Jews, and we come in there, yeehaw, woo, 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 nyah, nyah, nyah.
We were screaming there. We never belong there. I'll never go to that gym again. We'll never go to that Chipotle again.
Yeah, that's right.
I
Fuck
mean,
that place.
It's a whole world over there. I'll never set foot over there. I'm having this too because I'm moving, you're moving. We're moving studios and homes at the same time.
I know. Baby's on the way. Baby's shitting. It's a mess. Skankfest.
It's crazy, and we didn't do any kind of pour one out, say a prayer, fuck in the ass,
No
nothing.
sage, no incense, no nothing. You're right. Yeah, we should have at least gone in there and prayed to Hezbollah. What's that word? Antifa? No, Allah.
Allah. I'll think about it and get back to you.
Allah mode.
But
yeah.
and the lady, we should have slipped a note to the lady.
Oh,
Sorry
yeah.
about saying cunt while you were working. And
Yeah.
sorry you're overweight.
Sure, yeah. We'll get her some Ozempic on the way out. But yeah, we had a good run. Some ups, some downs in that place, but mostly Down syndrome. But we made it work, and who knows what's next? So we've been noodling on some places, but nothing's biting.
How long were we there for?
2 years? 2.5?
Right? I think it's more than that. Because
Wow.
Shelby, I haven't seen Shelby since 1986. He got that place.
He set the whole cunt up.
And also, Shelby bought a bunch of shit on our dime, which I wasn't even aware of. But now it's kind of cool. We own like a studio. We own 3 Lumix cameras and
yeah.
2 lights and a partridge in a pear tree and a bag of trash.
Well, we're never going to see it. I think Chuck's got an orgy shoot cooking for that shit. That Lumix is gone.
No, it's ours. Fuck that. We know where he lives.
I mean, it's
sort of.
ours, but when are you going to learn to use that lens?
You press record. How hard is it? Look at Lex. He's doing it. He's like an ex-con. He's
they
covered
know.
in tattoos. He's been shot. He knows how to do
That's
it.
true, but they know how to twist the front and push buttons on the back and put a couple of sticks up its ass.
What are you, crazy? Salacuse has shot, never been in focus once his whole life. The guy's a millionaire.
That's true. I don't know about that. I've seen his apartment.
He's living the high life. He shot Ron on special. He broke 4 of the cameras and the other 2 didn't work. But
Well, the Tom Dustin doc I heard looks like Muhammad Ali shot it.
it's an art piece, okay?
All
Sure,
right.
the main subject is in focus, none of the film.
All right.
No
all
one
right.
seemed to mind.
Well, if you film Tom Dustin, who's got the TDs, it kind of evens out.
The Tom Dustins.
Oh, there it is. Aye. All right.
But yeah, so we're never going back to the studio. I think we were there 3 years at least.
Yeah, all right. Maybe.
Maybe. I don't know. We've been doing the show since 1946.
Well, we kicked out a couple of lawyers at the beginning. We were so loud. We're yelling, fuck retarded children. And I think
Yeah, we were doing it.
Yeah, and 6 guys on the phone said, I've had it. And they hung up and they packed it up and they hit the road.
So it's over. It's over for Bozo. And now we have no studio, but I think we're going to do in my home.
Let's do it in
But
your
my
home.
wife sleeps, my children play with their toys. Plus, we'll save $800 a month. That's not nothing.
Hey, yeah, that's way more than we're paying, way less than we're paying Chuck. So, yeah, we need to save a couple of clams.
That's not bad. So $800 a month each. Plus, the Patreon is through the roof.
Yeah, I mean, the content is top-notch, next level. The tits, Jerry, it's lunch.
We got the tits. We got Nick DiPaolo, Nate Bargatze, Eddie Pepitone, Joe DeRosa, Sam Talent. How come I keep forgetting Sam?
I don't know. It's a little hurtful.
Well, he's a huge Tuesday. He's a Patreon member, by the way.
He's a huge man. Yeah, I know. He never misses the show, so we appreciate it. And he came in guns a-blazing.
Yeah, he blazed, he gunned, and he
Gunned down
got
in
a
his prime.
little extra spicy, if you recall.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Jeez.
Yeah, he threw some real spice on the cake, and
He threw that out and didn't even realize it. We go, you just said that. He goes, oh, jeez, I did?
yeah, it was we were making eye contact. I could feel the air. I felt the earth move under my feet.
Yeah.
But
I
of all
can
the
feel
places to make a slip of the tongue, Skankfest, that's where you want to be.
It's a safe space.
It
Isn't
really
that
is.
ironic? Our comedy show, our comedy podcast is a safe space.
Well, I was going to say that the previous episode, we were talking about Skankfest and the naked roast, and it is the most inclusive. You know, they did the naked roast where everyone gets naked, and there was a woman that came out, and she had she takes her shirt off and her bra, nice set of tits, and then takes a pair of underwear off. She has underwear underneath, that old gag. Takes another pair of underwear, another 3 pairs of underwear, lady underwear, keeps going, and then plop, out comes a dick.
No.
Beautiful woman, long hair, eyeliner, eyeshadow, rouge, and
Wow.
nice titties, and big cock.
Wow, you
And
got.
no one went, oh! Everyone went, yeah!
Whoa, wow, look at that. Progressive.
So it's a progressive festival.
Wow. Wait a minute. So was it a lady with a dick, or was it a guy who used to be a guy and now is a lady? Well, what is it?
I think it's a lady that has a dick.
All right, I guess that settles it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, call DeRosa because we got a new partner.
I mean, DeRosa's got to keep topping himself. I mean, this guy, he goes hard. I'm a little worried about DeRosa. He's 51 years old, and
He puts him back.
he drinks.
He puts him back and puts it up.
And drugs, yeah. But, boy, he gets funnier and funnier. Man, he had some great lines at that festival. My
He is
God.
a funny guy. Did you watch the Ari show? We'll move on from Skankfest, but the Ari secret show.
I was gone. I was on a plane home.
Woo, Nelly. I mean, they were saying shit where I was clenching pearls.
Oh, no.
I mean, shit about a couple guys got called out in the room,
Oh, boy.
and they had to hear their own beating
see.
in front of them.
That's why I would never go to that show. And now, does anyone yell out Ari and Joe DeRosa? Because I could do a couple of zingers on old
Oh,
Ari.
yeah. Well, they tend to do it to each other throughout.
Oh,
It
I
comes
see.
up. Because Ari will be like, well, you did that. And Joe's like, wait, what? Well, you did this. And then now they're at each other. So it kind of works out.
I don't know. This show's a great idea. I feel like it's going to end relationships.
Yeah. It's fun to watch as a bystander. And just praying to Allah they don't say your name.
Right. Yeah, Ari's 56, took a shit on the stage, and came up with his dick and balls out on You Know What, Dude.
As I've always said, is it that hard to write a joke?
Yeah.
But
it
the
is.
guy got a Netflix special.
That's what I said. I went on stage the next day, and I go, these guys won't return my emails.
Right.
This man's taking a bloody diarrhea shit to announce that he has a Netflix special. I got my manager and agent and mother calling them left and right, threatening to cancel their subscriptions.
I know. By the way, that's on video. That's already out into the world. People are sharing it, spreading it. It's already fully nude, like in the Terminator when he shows up, and he just shits a bloody Turdinator, right on the stage.
Yeah.
With a note in it that said, "Woohoo, Netflix." Good thing it wasn't fucking CISO. They would have been a waste of his shit.
But, all right, enough Skankfest.
All right.
Shut it down, because I got all kinds of stuff. You got stuff.
I got
Where have you
stuff.
been? Shove something in my ass and see if I come.
Let me go way back to a couple of moons ago, my birthday.
Oh, yes. Which, by the way, quick note. I texted you. I said, happy birthday. I love you. Zero response.
Oh, well, I had 7 million texts, so I figured you'd get it, but my bad.
Pretty close. I thought we were fighting.
No.
I love you.
Well, that's a tough matzo ball.
All right. Keep it going.
All right, I'll write it back later.
All right.
I can't do it face to face. Which I would argue is more emotional. People go, hey, you got no emotion. I'm like, no, I feel like I'm so emotional that I can't do it. Does that make sense?
Nope.
Okay. So it's too much emotion.
Right.
If I had less
Exactly.
emotion, it would be
It's-
easy to say it.
Right.
All right. It's an argument.
Yeah.
Okay. What was I talking? Oh yeah, my birthday.
Your birthday.
What would have been worse if I hearted it, or is that better?
No, heart would have been nice.
I thought
Heart, I
about-
would have been like, oh, nice. Okay, good. That makes sense.
Well, you know how sometimes you'll heart a guy's tweet and he'll go, no retweet, but you heart it? And you're like, well, I could have done nothing.
Nah, those are assholes.
Okay, well, I'm thinking of a certain guy.
Uh-huh.
But I didn't know. I thought about hearting it, and then I was like, oh, that might be insulting. So I should have hearted. Now
Next
I
time
know.
you heart. Bret Hart.
Tanya Harding.
Owen Hart.
All right, heart attack.
So birthday.
So birthday, tickets to Kings of Leon at Forest Hill Stadium.
Nice.
Your neck of the woods here, out in Queens.
My former neck of the woods. Oh, I'm going to miss it. Tennis.
Yeah.
Fuck.
It's a beautiful area, that Forest Hills. So we hightail it up there, and I try to get there right on time for the band, but I didn't know there was an opener.
Mm-hmm.
We missed the opener. Now I went through my agent, so he got me the primo VIP bullshit tickets. So we're like, hey, look at this. We go up to the general pop, and they go, whoa, you got to go to Will Call. They got your tickets. And I go, where's Will Call? They go, all the way over there. We walk over there. You show up at Will Call, and it's like, that guy's in a band. That guy's wearing a cowboy hat. Like, you tell it was a who's who. The women are hotter. They're all in cowboy boots and hot as shit, leather. And you're like, oh, we're in the mix.
And how about this? They're pointing at you and going, hey, there's that guy from The Tonight Show.
Yeah, a little bit. Maybe not too much. No one knew me, but I appreciate it. So then we go through the back way. The back way is beautiful because there's a bar and food set up.
Oh, I love the back way.
So you're just like, wait, let me get some drinks before we go in. And you can hear a band off in the distance. And you're like, that's the opener, right? It was Kings of Leon. We're missing it.
Jesus.
So I get 17 high noons. I just put them all in. I got the pregnant wife here. We're walking in, and we're looking at the ticket, 4B, row 19, whatever it is. And you're like, where's 4B? Where's 19? And just floods of people everywhere. And this guy goes, two's gay.
Whoa.
And I go, hey, how you doing? Two's gay. Ho, how
Hey.
you doing? So now I'm getting mobbed. We got all these gays out here.
I knew you'd get mobbed.
I got mobbed, and mob deep, and then this one guy with a badge, a whistle, and a hat goes, get over here. And I was like, uh-oh. And he goes, fuck that shit. Let me see your ticket. He goes, this seat sucks. Come with me. Love a come with me.
So you got the VIP from the agent, and you're still getting even more hooked up.
Yeah, because this VIP is nice, but this guy, he's got keys.
Keys.
He's got a big ring of keys.
Interesting. The black keys.
Yes. So he goes back in. We go to this back door, and there's a big black guy, a black key,
Yikes.
standing there. And he goes, whoa, whoa, whoa. And he goes, hey, Reggie, they're with me. And he goes, all right. Guy does the key, opens this weird big door. We go back there. Now we're in the bowels of Forest Hill Stadium.
Whoa.
You know, like the whole thing's a circle. So we're in this circular tunnel going down behind the stage. You can see the Kings of Leon. They're up above you, you know?
Wow.
And it's crazy. So we're like, whoa, and there's hot women going by, and like a guy with a food cart going by, and a bartender going by. It's a whole thing. This guy working on guitars, and there's a guy polishing some drums, and you're like, holy shit. Then he goes, all right, I think this is the right door. Opens the door. It's like one of these half doors, little door.
Half door.
Looks like we're going into like Narnia or something. Opens the half door. He goes, duck in. We get in there. It's an office. We're like, oh, this is weird. There's an office. And he goes, go through that door there. I'll be back. I'm busy.
This is one of the craziest things I've ever heard in my life.
So we go through this back door, through the office.
And your wife is 6 months pregnant.
6 months pregnant, and she doesn't know what's going on. So I got the high noons. I got the wife. I open this door. It's the sound booth. I'm behind. I have a photo of it. We'll send it to Lex. We'll put it up there. I'm behind the sound guy with the big board with the knobs on it.
Wow, the knob board.
Knob board, Knob Creek, and I go, holy shit. And he goes, just sit right here. And he gave us 2 stools. Now we're sitting behind the sound guy. He goes, and I go, all right. And there's 8 guys with monitors and screens and all this. And I got the band right there. Perfect view, line of sight. Amazing show.
Wow. Okay, so let me ask you this, because sometimes this happens. I was like, I remember when I was a boy drinking, you'd go to a bar because you go, I know the bartender.
Yeah.
And then they would hook you up, quote unquote, and they would give you like a rum and Coke with 10 ounces of rum and 4 ounces of Coke and be like, there you go. But I'm like, well, now my drink tastes like shit and I'm in a blackout.
Yes.
And I feel like I have to tip $900.
Right.
And I did a joke about this where I said, you're hooking me up with cirrhosis. You okay, babe? Now, because whatever these VIP seats,
Joe Cirrhosis.
they might have been front row over here, side stage. And sometimes the sound booth, as exciting and crazy as that is, now you got people working in front of you, you got lights underneath your face. Were they amazing?
It was pretty cool because I don't know where those seats were, and you're gonna be with people. We had our own
Private's nice.
We had our own private. It felt like a suite. I mean, this is roomy. This is the Forest Hills sound booth, so it ain't no slouch, you know.
Right.
And I think I was in there with 4 or 5 people.
Wow.
There was a lady on the ones and twos. There was a guy standing up with the big. I could see him bring the lights down, you know. And
Slide whistle.
yeah. And you just felt cool back there, and I would leave, and the bar was right out the little small
awesome.
door. I'd go back, get some drinks, got her a seltzer, and it just felt you had some room. She's fat, you know. It felt nice.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. I'll say this again.
I know what you mean, though.
One last thing, though, because sometimes a concert by yourself is scary in its own way.
Uh-huh.
Because I'm at a concert, I'm like this, fucking. You know,
Yeah.
You're isolated. People are like, what's with the retarded kid over here?
Oh, I was that guy.
So that's scary, too, because I'm like playing my leg.
Yes.
Doing that stuff. I want to be covered in jizz with the fans.
Well, I was half in the bag by minute 20, so I was like doing all that, and I'm hitting her stomach like it's a snare and all that shit, and I think I killed the baby, but
let's hope.
you got the
sake.
perfect sight because they have to be able to see. They're the engineers, Jerry.
Right, the sight line is nice. I'd be afraid, too. I'd be distracted. I mean, it sounds amazing, and I'm poo-pooing, but I'd also be afraid. I'd get stuck looking at the guy. I'd be like, what'd you do? You slid that up?
I
Is that
did.
the bass?
I did a little of that.
Were you going
left?
left speaker? Is that the woofer?
Yeah.
And then I'm just missing the show because I'm watching them conduct and do the maestro.
I did get a Makembe. I go, wrong knob. He goes,
oh,
like,
wow.
don't fuck with me.
Yeah.
I don't know you. I don't care who you are. You're lucky to be here. I could get rid of you in 2 seconds.
I'd be like, let me push one knob. Come on. How hard can it be?
The buttons.
You move a knob.
I feel like that with an airplane, too. I want to just get in that cockpit and hit that yoke.
Yeah. Every switch. Now, do you have any more respect for Rick Rubin now? Because you're a big Rubin hater.
Yeah.
The Rubinator. Can you...
Good sandwich,
Did you watch them and go, hey, maybe they're on to something here?
Who, them?
Yeah, the switchers, the ones and twos.
Yeah, well, to back my point up, Rubin doesn't know how to use a soundboard.
Oh, he knows how
Famously.
to use a soundboard.
He admitted to it.
No, I watched the fucking thing with Paul McCartney. He's working the soundboard. He did a whole doc. It's him and McCartney. He's touching knobs the whole time.
I think he was faking it, like me with Street Fighter. I'm just hitting buttons, you know? I don't actually know how to Ayuga.
He knows how to use a goddamn soundboard.
Give
What,
it
are
a
you crazy?
goog. I think he's come clean on that. I think he does a lot of this. You know, I think he's like Denzel in Flight. He's just hitting switches.
But it's funny because I had this. Weren't you here, Lex? I had the argument with Salacuse on this very couch because Salacuse said he doesn't play guitar. And I'm like, he plays guitar. And we had this big fight.
He might play guitar, but he can't use a soundboard or a shoe, apparently.
A shoe.
He doesn't wear shoes.
Oh, right. So shoe me.
Thank you.
But pull up clips of
What a
him and
hack.
Paul McCartney.
Hack.
He's pulling down the soundboard. He's working
He's
it.
turning off the lights in the green room.
In an interview in 2023, in 60 Minutes, Rubin said he doesn't have any technical ability and can't work a soundboard.
Bangarang, Rufio.
Those are his words, but he's humble. He's a humble man.
I didn't think about that.
He's practicing humility.
Yes,
it's the same way I go. Hey, I can't do.
Humble pie.
I can't. Fuck my wife in the ass. But of course I can. You spit on it.
It's not as easy as you think.
Have you watched the thing with him and McCartney? He's touching the soundboard. He pulls it up and goes, if you pull this down, you push this up. So he knows how to work it in some degree. But
That's a good point.
he's
That's a good
making the
point.
sounds different, and it goes boop, boop, boop.
It's like a kid with a Fisher-Price kitchen. You know, they're like, oh, they're turning knobs and they're flipping eggs. It's all pipes, Jerry. It's fake.
I've seen him touch a soundboard.
Wow, I've touched one. I've taken a shit on one.
I think he's just turning the volume up and down.
I think you're right.
Well, he's pulling the sound. It's the sound board. He's turning the sound down.
I'm bored.
EQ, and this is just like the volume volume up and down for the speakers. I think he's just adjusting the volume.
He's doing something
it
with the
says VOL
soundboard.
right on there. It's easy.
He's doing a sound. I soundboard when I listen to him talk, but I know what you mean. But he's played the guitar. He's touched the soundboard.
I'll give him guitar.
All right, guitar he's in.
But he's worthless. He's got nothing. It's almost impressive. He's the biggest hoax in the business. The guy's selling snake oil to these Tom Pettys of the world, and he's making mills.
I told you. I think we talked about it. Maybe it was on the pod or maybe it was off air. But yeah, like Black Sabbath, he worked with them, and he was like, pretend you were not heavy metal. You were around before heavy metal. I'll be back in 4 days. And they were like, what the fuck's this bloke talking about?
Yeah, I've always said Ozzy is very clear-minded.
How about he produced Andrew Dice Clay's album?
And that one stunk.
Rick Rubin. Isn't that weird? Be like, what does he do on a comedy album?
I know. The he's a genius. I mean, he can get in any room and do nothing and get a huge fat check.
He probably turns the laughs up.
The volume, yes.
The
volume
volume
alarm.
knob. It was not the volume knob. It was a separate volume knob.
Woo, pump up the volume. I think they were named that after Rubin.
Now the volume knob fell off.
There it
Two
is.
different volume knob lines from Seinfeld. Anyways, how did we get on Rubin? Oh, the soundboard. So
Yes,
Kings of Leon,
yes.
KOL. It kicked ass.
Kicked ass, and they play the hits at the end. They really encore it up. What is an encore? Just do it. They like that ego jizz where they walk out and they come back and everybody goes. And they go,
Well, they need a break. They got to take a breather.
I guess.
You come back, and I think a proper good band, they're coming up with, what are we going to play? What do you want to play? They think they like this. They'll come with that. Let's go do that.
You know what else I was privy to in this soundboard room? The set list was taped up to the wall.
See, now that I don't care for.
Oh, I liked it because you knew where you're at. You go, I hate that song. I'm getting a cocktail.
Oh, that part's nice.
Uh-huh.
Although, wouldn't you just know that when you hear the song?
I guess.
When you hear the beginning of the song, you're like, oh, that's the song.
Yeah, that's true.
But
it was,
knowing what songs, because I don't have the discipline to not look over there, and then now I'm like, now I know the
what's
song.
next? Yeah.
I had somebody do that at a Pearl Jam show one time. They saw the set list for whatever reason. They sent it. I'm like, oh fuck.
Right.
Now I'm like, I know. I saw the first 3 songs. That's part of the show.
Well, let me ask you this: when you're on a flight,
Yes.
do you ever watch the flight tracker?
No.
Oh, I love the flight tracker.
No, I don't want to know. I mean, I'll check it periodically to go, all right, I feel like and I try not to, if it's a 6-hour flight, I won't look for like 3-4 hours.
So it goes by.
Then when it looks like it's low, I'm like, okay, an hour and a half, I can do that.
Interesting.
But the people that just watch the flight tracker tick down, that's insane to me.
Oh, I'm not watching it with a cup of popcorn. I like to check in every 5 minutes. I like to know where we're at, where we're not at, what state we're over. I like to see the map. I love that's my real autism, is I can stare at a map for 4 days.
I mean, I like a map, but I'm not a flight map because it's barely moving. I mean, I stare at the map all fucking ding-dong day, but
give
on
me
the
a map.
Google map, and I'm moving it and
Yes,
shaking it and looking at
yes.
this, and I'm like, how far to this place, to that place? Why don't we go this place? This is more of a peninsula.
Right.
I like that, but just the airplane map now, I can't focus on the goddamn plane. I can't watch I watched 10 minutes of a film. I was on that flight with Fia, and she's like, why do you keep watching 10 minutes of every movie? I'm like, shut the fuck up. Put
I
your
do the
mask
same
on.
thing. I do the same thing. You want to keep it moving. You want to shuffle.
Well, you can't settle in because everyone's screens are on. So my fucking brain is going
Yes.
haywire. Plus, I'm hard, and I'm trying to finger her if she falls asleep.
I get a boner on planes too. I don't know if it's the low hum or the humdinger or whatever it is, but I always flag at full staff.
Well, I just go right down the pants and play with it on a red eye.
Yeah, why not? People are sleeping.
Exactly. But also, I got to say this. I'm a little depressed. I don't know what's happening in my life. I just went to Skankfest. I was there Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night. Came home Monday
Yeah.
and realized I never jerked off one time.
What? That's all I did.
I'm an old man. I'm 42. Columbus sailed the ocean
Wow.
blue. And I was like, I haven't even had a boner in 4 days because I was so running around focused. But before, you would check in and just jerk off.
Guilty.
And no jerk off for 4 days. It was nice because I plowed my wife and I just gave her a real Dairy Queen fucking blizzard.
Was she there? A jizzard.
No. If she was there, I would have been fucking every night. But
Oh, okay. So you banged her before you left.
Banged before I left, banged when I came home, but I was like, maybe it's a good sign that I just was off on my own for 4 days, not even rubbing one out.
I mean, I figured you've been on baby duty, you've been on wife duty. I figured you'd get in that hotel and just paint the town white.
Well, that's the thing. I'm on baby duty. So when I get there, I'm like, I'll watch the Vince McMahon doc. And then you're just sitting there watching The Ultimate Warrior. And I'm like, that's not getting me off like it did when I was a kid.
Sure. Step into a jerk off.
So, yeah, I just was. And then I'm wiped out. I'm exhausted. And Monas is so beautiful, but I don't want to fuck him.
No, but he's got a big old soup cooler, doesn't he? From here to here.
Too many teeth look.
Yeah, good look.
Beautiful Jew fro. He's 6'7". If he's a foot, he's a dream boat.
I feel like if you get right when I check in, I get in that hotel, it's the first thing I think about.
I used to be that way. That's what I'm saying. This is what's so jarring about it, you see?
Yeah. I feel like I don't know you. You're like Rick Rubin.
I know. I got a bar of soap in my ass, and it's not getting me hard.
Dick Rubin. But yeah, wow, I'm shocked. Well, hey, let me know next time you rub one out.
I will. I don't rub one out that often now because I have sex pretty regularly, and then when I'm not, I'm tired.
I find they're both different. They're different meals, like.
Oh, sure.
Both are great, but I even if I'm getting laid with the wife nonstop, I still like to have my jerk time.
Yeah, and usually I do on the road. It's just I think Skankfest, I was so busy.
Yeah,
and also it's Skankfest. We talked about it last week. There's some better looking girls, but there's a lot of. I'm seeing Zach Amico shirtless. I'm seeing Luis Gomez in eyeliner. It's not exactly a hot weekend.
No, the Skankfest guys are what you think of when you're trying to last.
Right.
I when I'm plowing the wife and she's not there yet, I'm going all Amico.
Right. It's a good point.
Yeah. All right. Well, what do you got? I hogged it with little Kings of Lee.
No, it's great. I mean, that sounds fucking amazing. I love
was pretty
a hookup.
Great. Hookup was big.
I've never sat in a sound booth before.
I wish I knew the guy's name who got us back there. He's a cool guy with a bunch of keys, and he was a good egg. And I felt bad because on the way out, the black guy watching the door was so nice that I go, "Can I get you anything?" And he goes, "A Red Bull?" And I go, "I'm getting you a Red Bull." And I went to every stand, and they were closed, and I just left.
You're like Kramer with Bette Midler.
I know. I felt like that. I was running up and down.
Tutti frutti.
You are so freaking talented.
Well, I got a lot. I was also at a rock and roll show. I went and saw the Dropkick Murphys for the first time in 18 years. I used to go back on St. Patrick's Day back in Boston in 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, back in those days.
This has got to be the highest count of gingers in America at that show.
Oh, it's just blonde eyelashes and backwards Patriots hats. Woo. But this is New York, so this is a little more some Yankee caps, and of course they're from Boston, or Ken Casey's from Boston, so everything he says is like, I don't like that yet, and they're like, fuck you, and it was really tense.
Oh, wow.
But it was fun, and Jason, I went with Cantor. He got us hooked up, and it's been like the longest period in between seeing the same band. Like I saw them last time in 2006 or something.
Wow.
So it's been 18 years.
You've changed so much.
Yes, and so has the rest of the crowd. It's funny because I used to go as a boy, and now I'm seeing everyone. We're all in our 40s and 50s, and I aged the best of anybody at this show. I'll tell you that.
There you go.
Yeah, there was some real puggos.
Well, it's Dropkick Murphy fans who never got sober.
Exactly. It's some of the fattest, grossest women I've ever seen, although he's sober. But we go there, and then Cantor's like, hey, it turns out I have 4 tickets. Do you know anyone who wants to go? And I'm like, Dropkick Murphys at the southern tip of Manhattan, 90 minutes before showtime. That's a tough sell. I mean, it's a pretty niche group to begin with.
Yeah, you got to hit every Mick and O'Neill in your phone.
Well, that's a lot of people. So most of them live in Boston. So I texted Ari, and he goes, God, I'd love to, but I'm, taking a bloody shit that I'm going to eat for YouTube. And then I texted Sagalo, and I don't know what the hell he was doing. He had his one spot or whatever.
Yeah.
And I go, no one's going to want to go to fucking... I texted Matt Wayne. He couldn't go. And although Matt Wayne gave me an ambiguous text, he wrote, never really got into them, but it's a great night for a concert. Thanks, buddy.
I think that means I'm not a fan of the band.
Yeah, but couldn't that go either way, weirdly?
Should have just hearted it.
I read it, and I was like, oh, he's not coming. And I was like, wait, is he coming?
It's a little vague. It's open-ended.
Because it's never really got into them.
Yeah.
But it's a great night for a concert. Thank you.
Yeah.
So I'm like, wait. I wanted to make sure. I was like, are you coming or not? It felt like George with the wink. with Kramer. I'm like, just confirm. I couldn't tell.
Pulp can move, baby.
Because there's nothing worse than being like, he's out, and then he's just outside crying, and he's like, where's my ticket? And I'm like, I gave it to a hobo.
That's on him. I think that was a soft letdown. It was very soft.
He
Too
was
soft.
out. Yeah, he was out. But so then I get down there, and as I'm pulling in, first of all, it's also annoying because it's like a 45-minute ride, and it's 8 minutes from where I'm moving to. Like in 2 weeks, I could walk to this concert.
That's a bitch.
Now I'm in a $75 car ride. I get down there. It's right across the street from Pace University. I go, my niece goes to Pace. I text her. I go, I don't know if you're into this band. She's into country music. You probably never heard of them, but
cool uncle.
It's a free ticket. It's an 8-minute walk. And she goes, I'll be right over.
Oh, the niece.
So I'm the hero. She comes over, and then I talk to security. We've already scanned. It's 4 passes in 1 ticket. We've already scanned the 2. So they're like, you can't leave, and it's going to be hard. You can't transfer the ticket because it's already been used. And he goes, let me talk to my superior officer. Goes over, gets a security guy, black guy, comes over with a yellow vest, and he goes, oh, shit, Joe List?
Oh, 2 for 2 at the concert.
He goes, Joe List, you need something done? And I go, oh, yeah, my niece. He goes, Joe List's niece. I'll be right back.
Oh.
So now it's scary because she's from Whitman. I got to call her and be like, okay, it's a black man who's going to come get you, but not in the way my grandmother warned you about.
Right.
No need to use the family whistle. He's a good guy. And, so I'm like, hopefully this guy's cool. He knows me, whatever. So he goes down there. He brings her up. She's, duct tape and hogtied and crying. I'm kidding. He was awesome. He hooked it right up.
Hell yeah.
Killer. But it's so crazy to just have a guy be like, oh, Joe List. Yeah, I'll go get your niece.
Love a yellow vest black.
So she came in. So this is exciting because she's gone to all these country shows at like Gillette Stadium.
Wow.
She's like, this is the closest I've ever been to the band ever. Because we're like, it's Dropkick. So we're like 10 feet away or whatever. The show rules. I don't know that she loved it, but it was exciting for her to see a band up close and this bagpipe. So she's like, this is crazy.
Hell yeah.
And she's young, so she's just like, I just walked 10 minutes and now I'm at a rock concert.
Yeah.
And I don't think she's ever seen a mosh pit. I was like, look at the mosh. Have you ever seen a mosh pit? And she's like this, a what?
Oh, how
She's
weird
like
is that?
The tiger shark guy in Jaws. She's like, a what? And I'm pointing. I'm like, look at it. And then you see like the guys are in like their 50s in the pit and they're doing the thing and the fun.
Sure.
And that was great fun. And the show kicked ass, so I walked her back to school. Oh, yeah, and then this one. What do you make of this?
Walked her back to school is such a weird sentence.
Very strange.
Tuesdays with Stories is also brought to you by Shopify. Are you tired of abandoned carts in your online shop? You need Shopify. They give your customers options like paying in installments so people are more likely to pull the trigger on that awesome thing you're selling. ShopPay even lets customers pay monthly for items with plans that last up to 24 months. What am I, an idiot? 24 months. ShopPay boosts conversations up to 50% so your business can thrive no matter what the economy is looking like. I love this stuff. This is the best thing I've ever used for my business. It is number one. If you got a business, you got customers, use this. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout that Heinz Ketchup uses. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/Tuesdays. That's all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/Tuesdays to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/Tuesdays. Hey there, folks. This week's episode of Tuesdays with Stories is brought to you by Lumen. When we're trying to get our nutrition, I got emotional. I love this place so much. When we're trying to get our nutrition on point, we don't always want to be bugging our gym rat friends with questions. Lumen lets you have your own metabolic coach right in your pocket. The Lumen device measures your metabolism through your breath. This app will let you know if you're burning mostly fat or carbs, or even gives you advice to help you improve your nutrition, your workouts, your sleep, and even your stress level. Dude, you got to get this. I am trying to get healthy. I got a child. I got a wife. I got a erection because I'm healthy, because I'm using Lumen. This thing is killer. I'm so happy. It's one of those things I was a little skeptical about, but now that I'm using, I'm like, yes, this is what I need in my life to keep me healthy, stay healthy, be healthy. You want to be healthy. I know we got a lot of healthy gays out there. We got a lot of unhealthy. I want to see you guys get healthy by using Lumen. The Illuminati, baby. It's easy to use. Just breathe into the device first thing in the morning, and before and after workouts and meals, Lumen will give you an idea for what's going on with your body in real time. So, if you want to take the next step in improving your health, go to lumen.me/Tuesdays to get 15% off your Lumen. That's LUMEN.me/Tuesdays for 15% off your purchase. Thank you, Lumen, for sponsoring today's episode. Folks, mixing and matching products that smell like all different kinds of things is annoying. My cleanser, lotion, and antiperspirant all finally come in the same scents thanks to Jack Black. They've released 4 incredible new scents. Try out Jack Zen, Big Sur, Black Reserve, and Blue Midnight. This stuff rules. It comes in a perfectly sized tube. It fits in the side of my bag. It's my go-to deodorant right now. I was using Right Guard Sports Stick for a long time. I don't like it. I threw them out. I'm not kidding. I'm not just saying this for the ad read. I threw it out. They sent me this stuff. Now I'm addicted. Every once in a while this happens with sponsors. They'll send you their stuff and then you go. Sometimes I look at it, I throw it away. I don't need it. I don't use it. That is not true for Jack Black. It's all I'm using right now. If you want simple, effective products that do what they say they're going to do, you need Jack Black. Head to getjackblack.com/Tuesdays and use code Tuesdays for 10% off your order and free shipping. Once again, that's getjackblack.com/Tuesdays for 10% off your order plus free shipping. Make sure you use our promo code, not someone else's, Tuesdays, so they know we sent you. Seriously, use this stuff. It rules. I love it. My wife loves that I'm using it. Thank you. Back to the show.
What do you make of this? So Dropkicks, it used to be a lot of fights there. It's very fighty. It's like fucking...
Yeah, it's aggro.
Stand up and fight, and I'll stand up with you. And it's a real fighty Boston Irish drop kick.
Yes.
It was always like that, and they used to be play on like Lansdowne Street in Boston, which is like where the nightclubs were. So it'd be like the kind of punks beating up the nightclub kids. But now we're all fucking retiring age.
Right.
But there's still a little bit of that.
Oh, it's in there.
So I had a drunk, hammered guy with black, like blue blockers on, sunglasses, and a Celtics hat.
Uh-oh.
And I could tell he was trying. I kept seeing it because he was just hammered. Walks up to me. It's me and Canner and my niece, and there's like a plastic cocktail cup on the ground, like at my feet. And the guy walks up. You're me, and he just goes like this.
Ooh.
And he's like kicking it against my feet.
What the fuck? Is he an umpire?
I think that's what he was like. And he was like trying to bait me. And I feel like I handled it quite well. I was like this. And he was like making eye contact while he's kicking the cup at me. And I'm going like this. And then I just started looking over him at the show. And I'm like that. Yeah, fucking ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-boo.
You went ignore route.
He walks around, then he's back this way, and he leans back around like here, like this.
Whoa, man.
And I went like that. And my niece is here. And I'm like this. But did it, bip, boo. Now, I have to say, I have some fight training. This guy, I'm sure, has been in a million street fights because he's a dipshit.
Yeah.
But he's also hammered.
Oh,
and
you
so I'm
got
sitting there,
him.
I'm thinking, I think I can handle this guy. He's in a fucking blackout. I got Canner over here, but he's like getting married in a couple weeks. He's like, I can't get in a fight. And I'm like, I understand, but maybe you could
back me up.
You could throw a fucking punch to the side of the head at this guy.
Drop kick.
But he's got a buddy also, and now he's behind me. So it's a little tricky because this guy wants to fight somebody.
He's antagonizing.
And
your uncle.
And he's
Joe.
behind me, but I got my niece here. And so he kind of, and he goes, I'm sorry, man, I had to. I saw the cup and I had to. And I went, okay, cool, bro. And then just kept watching the show. And then I heard him go, man, I cannot get anybody to fucking fight me. I overhear him. So he's literally trying to fight. And you're like, what are you doing?
I know.
And also I'm like, go find a homeless guy on fucking, we're downtown.
Yes.
Why do you come to a show of seemingly you like the band. We like the band. Why are you fucking up people's night?
I know. Well, I think people go there. It's almost like going to a strip club. You're like, maybe I'll get laid. I hope I get laid. I'm going to go to this other thing to get into a fight. This Dropkick Murphys show, this is where I'll fight and get it out. It's just two different versions of connecting with someone and getting out aggression. Fucking and fighting.
Well, that's the thing. And I grew up like that. It was like that. Or where I didn't grow up like that. Where I grew up was like that, I should say. It's like Good Will Hunting, that thing of like, let's go fuck up some smart kids. And that's what we used to do there. I keep saying we, people at the show. I always was avoiding fights, even in my 20s. But it's like, like I said, go fight a fucking guy who's drunk in the street.
I know.
You're gonna get me thrown out of the show.
I know. I bought a
sucks.
ticket. Also, if the guy's, legless, one of these
Right.
across the kisser, and he's out. It's
Well,
not even a fight.
Yeah, of course I had that thought. My heart's like racing because I'm like, I'm so much quicker than this guy.
Yeah.
But he's got his buddy, and now all of a sudden we're in a melee, and I'm thrown out of the show. I got my
Right.
fucking 20-year-old niece here.
Yeah, get down on your knees.
And in general, just, fighting is never going to go great. You're going to fuck up your hand, your wrist, your
Right.
finger. You get to go to jail. And then now I'm spending the night in downtown Manhattan jail.
And
So
it's not even a good fight story. What happened? A guy fucked your wife? Nah, he kicked a cup.
kicked a plastic cup in the middle of fucking, Irish Rover.
Yeah.
But it was annoying. But the best part of the show was, they're a big pro-union band, and they're singing this union fight song. And this guy in the front row starts climbing up to the thing, and big black security guy starts pulling him down and is kind of fighting with him. And then Ken Casey, the leader of the band, just grabs the security guy and goes, "No, get out of here. Let him up."
Wow.
Lets this guy up. This guy crawls up on stage. He's got a big, IBEW, or maybe it was Iron Workers Union.
Oh.
This is the biggest guy I've ever seen. Biggest, drunkest, scariest guy. Guy looks like he weighs 240. He's in the Iron Workers Union. He's just running amok on stage, and the Dropkicks are just playing and letting him go. I'm like, this is crazy. And he was getting the microphone and singing. They got their arm around him. I'm like, this is crazy.
Wow.
Any other band would have him shot and kick him back in the thing and they'll arrest him, mace him. This guy was just part of the band for a song.
Well, he's probably their niece. I mean, he knows these guys, I'm sure.
It was crazy, and the security guard, I couldn't believe it. He was just like, he must have been like, what is going on? Okay, just let him in there.
I had the same thought when I was watching King's Leon. I'd taken a few shrooms, which is weird because the wife is sober. So I'm always like, is this annoying to you? She's like, no, I like living through you. So you take them.
Oh, that's nice.
She's bored.
Yeah, she hates sober you.
Soundboard.
That's
Yeah.
what she told me.
So I'm on the shrooms. I'm looking up at the audience, and there's a security guard, young black guy. This kid probably lives in Queens. He got a job at Forest Hill Stadium. And I'm like, he must just be studying the honkies.
Right.
Like it's a sea of white people just like, yucking it up and dancing to rock music. And I always wonder, like, this is every stereotype. No one can dance. It's all stiff crackers out there. And now I'm on shrooms thinking about what he's thinking. But I got to tell you, there was a few times where I caught him swaying.
Oh,
and
really?
I felt connected to him because I was like, we're all the same, man. Black, white, who gives a shit about the stereotypes and George Floyd? Let's enjoy this.
No one gives a shit about George Floyd.
All right. Well, I wonder if you're a big black guy at the Dropkick Murphys. You couldn't get a whiter show.
Right.
It's the most Irish show on the planet, and there's a mosh pit, there's Iron Worker, there's Pasty, there's red hair, there's no potato famine, but he's just staring at everybody like, this is going to be a crazy show.
Right.
This is a white show.
There's also something I think about, again, people are older now. There's something about less, not in all situations, but sometimes less security is better. Like the more you try to be like, get the fuck down, the more hostile they get. The more you're like, bring him up. Who cares? The guy, he can't do crazy shit now. He's like, they let me up here. I guess I'll just bounce around. But it was intense, and clearly the music was resonating with him, and it was exciting. And then he just, after the song, he went back down to his seat.
Hey, look at that. All right, it worked out. He could have gotten tased. The guy had a feeling like I can get away with this.
Well, that's why the singer kind of stepped in and said, "Hey, let him be." But it was a kick-ass show, and it was fun to walk her back, and I felt like a real mensch,
Yeah,
and,
cool uncle. I'm telling you, Dropkick Murphy concert, 10-minute walk, amazing.
It was nice, and like I said, I can't wait to move. I'm moving down to her neighborhood, so that's gonna be fun.
Ooh.
By the time you guys hear this, I'll be down there.
You're keeping that family together. If my niece moved here, I would change my number. I don't want to hang out.
I'm trying. I try my best.
Yeah, it ain't easy. Family is weird because you're connected, but you didn't choose to be.
Right.
So you're like, it's my niece. You're my mom's brother's daughter. But I got nothing for you.
Right.
I mean, I know we're related, but
That's a cousin that you just described.
I see. What's a niece? Mom's brother's.
My sister's kid.
Ah,
My mom's daughter's kid.
Well, see, I'm not into the family thing.
Yeah, no, it's great, but it is weird with family because sometimes people are like, I don't get along with my siblings, and you're like, well, that would be quite something if you did.
That'd be
They're
amazing.
just people that you grew up with 50 years of resentment,
Right.
and you didn't, like you said, you didn't choose them. It's not like you're like, we have similar things in common.
Yeah.
So it's actually impressive when people are like, my sibling's my close friend.
Yes, they really give a shit.
Right. I think also I have such a different family thing, and I know we've talked about this before too. Like, it always blew my mind. People were like, we're having a family reunion. I got to go to Kentucky for a family reunion.
Family
I'm like,
reunion's crazy.
my family was all together every Sunday and most Saturdays.
Oh.
Like 40 people. All the cousins and the aunts and the grandparents. That's how I lived my life.
Right.
Like, it was Sunday, we went to grandma's house, and so did everybody else, and there would be 25 people there playing football, playing cards. Most Saturdays we'd get together, play cards, rent a movie, and then every Sunday, without question, you were there.
Wow.
And there's zero family that's not in a 25-minute radius in Massachusetts.
Wow. See, that's lovely.
It is lovely. I mean, there's a plethora of flaws and character defects, but in general, it is. And I was talking about this with Sarah the other day. Like, my family, the way I grew up, somebody had their house need to be roofed. Everyone just showed up and roofed the house.
Wow. That's
or
so
helped them
old-fashioned.
move, or mowed the lawn, or did a yard sale, whatever it was. So it's interesting, people that don't have that. Like, I remember one time Sarah's family, she was like, we got to take a lift. We were hanging out with her family in Texas. We got to take a lift to Walmart to buy a prop for a sketch show. And I was like, but all your siblings are here. They all have cars. And she's like, oh, no, we don't do that.
See, I think I got more of that.
I was like, what do you mean? There's 3 cars here. We can't take one of the cars? And she's like, no, they don't let you borrow their car.
That is crazy.
And I was like, okay. So we took a cab
That's
to a store and
crazy.
back when everyone had. I was like, that's great. My family, everyone's
Wow.
like, take my car, take my car.
Yeah, of course. They're right there. The cars are there.
Yeah,
That's bonkers.
it's bonkos. So I'm very grateful to grow up in a family of.
Well, then there's
Community.
the flip side, the other extreme of like, oh, I haven't talked to my father in 61 years, or I haven't talked to my brother in 50 years. You're like, you haven't talked to your brother? Like
Yeah.
that I would never do. That's insane.
That seems weird. Yeah.
So I'm somewhere in the middle of Sunday hang and brother in 50 years.
Right. Yeah, family's a weird dynamic.
weird
But you got to
dynamic.
put the effort in.
You
And
gotta
now
put
I'm the
the
head of
effort
a
in.
family, so I got to really make it all work.
Yeah, well, good for you for getting the niece out there to see some violence and drunkenness.
That's why I'm moving down there. You got to be close. You can get the units together.
Yeah. I
It's very
mean,
important.
yeah, at least you're pretty close to your parents still. You're a car ride away.
Yeah, I mean, a 4.5-hour car ride, and they've never made the trip once in 18 years. But
All right.
yeah, I go there.
All right. Sorry I brought it up.
All right, what else you got? Because I got a couple other things here.
Well,
You
let me
guys
just-
must have some stuff.
Let me tell a humdinger from last night.
Please.
We'll bounce around chronology. So I do this, jumping around doing sets. I do this show. You remember Sweet? Seth Herzog?
Oh, yeah, I know Sweet. Yeah, I like that room.
Seth Herzog, this is at the Chelsea Music Hall. This guy has been bouncing around doing comedy for 45 years. He does the warm-up for Jimmy Fallon. He just knows every celebrity. He's from New York. He's a Jew. He's connected. So I show up at this show, and I walk in the green room, and it's Richard Kind,
Whoa.
Paul Rudd,
Wow.
and some other guy that I didn't know.
3 great Jews.
Yeah. So I was like, holy moly, look at this. And I love Richard Kind. I mean, Curb, the whole thing. Paul Rudd is stunning, but Richard Kind, I'm like, he looks like Richard Kind. He's all wonky, and he thought I was somebody else.
He's also great. He was great in Spin City.
Yes.
And what's the
He's
Cohen?
on-
A simple
Oh,
man
yeah.
or a simple asshole? Serious man.
Serious man. He's on a Mulaney show on Netflix. Weirdly enough, he's like the sidekick.
Oh.
But whatever. So I'm sitting there, and they go, you're next. And I'm sitting next to Paul Rudd. It kind of feels cool. They're like, you're next. You're a comedian. You're somebody. Paul Rudd noticed me. Whatever.
Ant-Man.
So, Uncle Man. So I go up. I have a rough set. I bomb, and the crowd just hated me. There was 2 women in the front row with rainbow masks. Not just masks, rainbow masks. So they're giving me this one the whole time.
Oh, God.
The head shake, Jerry. And you just see the head shaking, and you it's like the guy with the cup kicking. You just push past it. You go, fuck them. I'm doing my act, whatever. Getting some laughs here and there, here and there. I get off stage. Paul Rudd goes, "Hey, some funny stuff." And I go, "Oh, that crowd, they were tough." Right then, this girl barges in the green room, and she goes, "Mark Norman, I've seen you 3 times this week. I'm a huge fan, and you've done the same act every 3 times. What the hell is wrong with you? I come out, I paid money, you're doing the same thing, and I got PR right here. I got the Rudd Man, Rudyan Canyon."
Oh, my God.
And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, well, I'm working on the new 15. I'm honing it. That's what stand-up is." She's like, "Oh, you're killing me. The same act in the same order." And I'm like, "Yeah, well, you want a photo?" And she's like, "Oh, I don't want a photo. I got a million photos with you, but you what are you doing to me?" And I'm like, "Shut the fuck. I got PR right here."
Well, also, what are you, the fucking Grateful Dead? I'm a stand-up comic doing local spots. Stop coming. Don't go to one show and then wait 6 weeks or 6 months.
That's what stand-up is. It's a rehearsed act, you know?
I'm not Pearl Jam.
And I got a 15 I work on, then I hone it, then I go to the next 15. So this lady ruined the whole kit and caboodle. I was trying to have a good time with Paulie.
So what did Rudd say?
Rudd went like this. Okay, because he didn't want to be, he's a famous Hebe. He can't be hobnobbing with some hack.
Wow, that's brutal. And who is the lady? Is she a waitress? Is she just a
rando comedy fan who's in town for the week? So she's like, "I like this comic. I like that comic. I'll go see him. Oh, I'll see him again. I'll see him again." And she's like, "I've seen you 3 times in a week. Same shit. You stink."
Wow.
And,
I gotta get her
God.
number and thank her. But
I said bye to Rudd. He didn't look at me.
Oh, Rita Rudner. That sucks.
Yeah. Rudd the room, will you, sister? But I said bye to Richard, and he was not kind either. So
Well, you're in a Rudd, and that sucks. Well, who was the third guy? Was he anybody?
I'm rudderless. He was some Adam Pally.
I don't know, Pally.
He's on something. He's in things.
Molly, Coke.
Maybe. That's DeRosa. But, so that was a real bummer. Finally, I felt like I made some headway with the old Clueless here, and then I got poo-pooed by the fan.
No, that's the worst. And we just had this at Skankfest because you're like, there's some big wigs walking around, and you're getting recognized all the time. So you're like, I hope I get recognized while Shane is here. Maybe I'll get to do the Scotiabank Stadium or whatever.
I'm sitting next to Rudd. She came in to see me, so I was like, "Hey, look at this guy. Rudd's going to notice this." And then hack, repeat, same old, get some new stuff. It's the worst thing you want to hear as a comedian. Like, get some new material, will you? Jesus, you fucking has-been.
Yeah, it sucks to be with a celebrity when someone just fucking nails you. You're like, Jesus.
Man.
Well, also, couldn't you spin it so you're like, you get this, Paul? This what a fucking bit. Let's see what I got to deal with. You could connect that way because I'm sure he deals with some assholes.
Well, she came in so hot, and also I'm the person inviting the kook queef cunt into the room. Like
Right.
she came beelined right at me, so they're like, "What are you guys doing? You're ruining the show, Mark. You're bringing these idiots in here." So,
Queef cunt is beautiful.
oh
Should
yeah,
name your kid that.
KQC.
Queef cunt Norman.
Pankidodian. But you got the Pally? I don't know. He's somebody.
Nothing that I've
PLLY?
nothing that I've he was in like Knuckles and Iron Man 3.
Oh,
Knuckles and Iron Man 3. So he's not really anything.
All
Oh,
right.
Sonic the Hedgehog's big.
Knuckles is part of Sonic the Hedgehog.
And
Oh,
Iron
okay.
Man 3 is something. Either way,
That's big, yeah.
He knew Rudd.
Can he work a soundboard?
No, he can't.
Well, that sucks.
So that was just last night, but that's let me say this. I've seen 3 celebrities in 2 days, and there was no slouches. Try to take a guess on the other 2. One was Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd, Richard Kind doesn't count. We're not
I'm
counting
not
him.
counting Kind. He's out after the way he
Okay.
treated me. Kind bar.
You've seen him. Just bumped into him.
No,
saw him.
I saw one, and he walked by me, and I went, "Hey!" I was so excited to see him. I just said, "Hey," his name, and he goes, and kept walking because he didn't want to chat.
All right.
And
Donald
then-
Sutherland.
No.
Let me think. Who's exciting?
He might have died, actually.
Oh, yeah, he died, yeah. Kiefer Sutherland.
No. Queefer.
Matthew Broderick.
No, good guess, because they were both in the village.
Okay, they're in the
and
village.
he lives in the village.
Let me think of people that
Village
live
people.
in the village.
All right, this is bad for retention.
Ashley Olsen.
No, it's 2 men.
Mary Kate Olsen. Or 2 men.
No. These are 2
men.
prominent
Hulk Hogan.
Cooch is here. No, he's
Mick
at
Jagger.
he's at the RNC. Wrong answer, brother.
Let me tell you something, brother. Oh.
By the way, that McMahon doc, just seeing these old wrestlers, it's like seeing a bunch of cougars in Tampa. You know, they're all weathered and blonde and crazy looking.
Bad guy, that Vince McMahon. My God.
Yeah, he was shitting on chess.
Yikes. And then he wanted to do a storyline where he impregnated his daughter. And the daughter was like, I think that's far enough.
Yeah, pretty cute lady, though.
Tony Hawk.
No, not bad.
How many more guesses do I get? Well, you asked me to get it.
All right, well,
Michael J. Fox.
We're going to be here a while.
Rick Rubin.
No, I wish I'd tackle him.
Give me some clues. Glasses, white, beard.
One's a big comedic actor.
Comedic
Not
actor.
a comic. And
Ben
one's,
Stiller.
No, and
Slam
one's a big
dunk.
dramatic actor.
Okay.
One is super hot.
Ben
Hot.
Stiller.
Handsome.
Handsome guy. I don't know.
All right, well, one was Will Ferrell.
Oh.
Walking down Bleecker in jogging shorts, tennis shoes, and a T-shirt, and he walked by me. I went, "Hey, Will!" And he went,
Have you seen his new film with the trans lady?
No.
Looks pretty good.
Oh, really?
I watched the trailer and I was quite moved.
Oh,
But also it's
okay.
like this. God.
Yeah, I get
Everything's
it.
so touching now.
Yes, I know. He was the comedy guy. That's his thing.
Right.
He transitioned.
But I made a touching comedy film myself, so what am I talking about?
Good point.
Kind of touch.
The other one, out of my old apartment window.
Christian Bale.
No.
Fuck.
Got out of a black SUV, Jude Law.
Oh, I saw him on that street. On your
No
street?
way.
I
On
saw
my
him,
street.
Whoa, I saw him walk into Minetta Tavern one time, right next to you.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. Maybe he
Jude
lives
Law,
over
same
there.
initials.
That's right.
Yeah, but he was going to a restaurant, so maybe he lived right in that building or something like
Jay
that.
Leno.
But this was years ago.
Oh,
wow,
well,
so that's a haunt for Jude Law.
This is Monday, I believe, and he was lock, stock, and barrel right there.
I haven't seen Jude Law in anything in a long time. What's he doing?
He's lawless. I don't know. Where's he at? He was in Closer and the war movie and something else.
Well, Chris Rock, he's one of our finest actors. Remember that?
Ooh, that was awkward.
That was brutal. What
Yeah.
a jackass Sean Penn is.
I know. Come
Great
on.
actor, just a complete meatball.
Yeah, that was ugly. Jude Law seems like a pretentious chooch, just like a lot.
Yeah.
He's got a shotgun down in New Orleans in a canoe. You know, he's going to help somebody. He's talking to the cartel. Pick a lane.
I think most of these actors are pretentious nitwits.
Yeah.
As much as I'd like to be in their world a little bit.
There you
I like
go.
to put my feet over there, go like this. Woo! Hey, you know what I mean?
Yes, dip a toe in.
I like to pop in and pontificate and then be like, all right, I got to go talk about my cum.
All right, now what do you got to round us home?
All right, so I got the Siobhan's wedding. So
Whoa!
as you know,
Officiate.
Siobhan is married. So a while back, Jason Canner,
Chivone.
my homeboy, Jason Canner, he's getting married. He says, hey, will you officiate the wedding? And I said, good Lord, it'd be an honor. Thank you. You know, I think word is out about what a great speech I put together over your thing.
Apparently, yeah, that was a hot set.
Big hot speech. It's on the Patreon, which is weird, but yeah, go watch it.
I might rewatch that.
Join up, please. I'll heart it if you write something. But so he asked me to officiate, and I go, okay, I got to get my license and my gun and my face paint.
Mm-hmm.
He wants me to be blackface. So I can be like, oh, Lord, we're having two weddings. Anyway, Siobhan, then he asked me, it's the same venue. And so now I'm like, Jason, is it okay if I marry someone else in the same venue? It feels weird to take away from your thunder. And he goes, no, this is great. You can have a dry run.
Ooh.
And it's a good point because if I fuck up Siobhan's, who gives a shit?
That'd be great if you did the same material.
Well, Canner said, he's like, you should say our names. That would be hilarious. But I'm kidding, of course. I took it quite serious. I went and found a poem and the thing, and I Googled it. But I was in Indianapolis the week before doing Helium with Matt Wayne, who was coming to the wedding. So I'm in Indianapolis. I'm cramming. I'm trying to put things in my ass. Nothing to do with the wedding. I found a poem, and I wrote down some vows and another thing.
He touched my leg.
Okay, kill him. So we fly to Indianapolis. I'm flying on the day of the wedding, so it's nerve-wracking. I got to get up at 6:30 a.m.
Boy, you're busy.
I'm busy, baby. So I fly from Indianapolis. I land. I go see my baby for a couple hours. I hand him off to the babysitter. We head down to the village, and I'm nervous out of service because I am the servant. I'm the wedding.
Yeah, they can't do it without you.
And I was in Indianapolis, so I had no wedding rehearsal. So
Oh.
I'm going in blind. I talked to ChatGPT and my father.
Sure.
And I looked up a Mary Oliver poem.
What? Who's she?
She's a poet. It's the only poetry book I had.
All right.
So I was thumbing through there looking at anything that said love or Chavone in it.
Is she big? Does Rick Rubin work with her?
Mary Oliver's big. She's
All
a
right.
nature poet.
Ah.
Big nature bitch. So,
Oh, okay.
Nature bitch. That's a wrestler.
Nature
There
bitch.
comes the
Yeah.
nature bitch. You know, she pulls a bush out of her crotch
That's
and throws
good.
it.
She got birds that making a nest in her ass.
That's pretty good. Nature bitch. So anyways, so I'm nervous and there's no rehearsal. There's no nothing. I
But
show
the
up.
bar is low.
Low bar, I guess. So I show up there. I'm nervous as a queef. You know, my wife's looking hot. She's got the heels and the dress and
Hell
the makeup.
yeah.
I'm wearing the makeup and the heels also with spurs. I show up. I'm outside, and it was good because I get out and I'm all nervous and scared, and where the wedding is right next to this AA meeting that I've been to a million times. So it
Oh.
felt kismet. I was like, oh, good reminder. This isn't about me. Let go and let God. And my father's gay.
Go in and run it at the AA meeting?
I should have. I should have
know?
been like, hey, we're gathered here today to quit drinking and marry Chavone and whatever this lady's name is.
Yeah, yeah. What is her name?
Sandy.
Ah, sounds made up.
Sandy. Yeah, she's a real hurricane. So I go over there. The first person I see,
Not a hook, I hope.
the first person I see is Salacuse.
Oh.
And I go, hey, Sal. And Chavone had been like, Salacuse will be there. And it's a good group. It's Matt Wayne, Carmen Lynch, Emma Willman, Matt's wife, me, and I think that's it.
Okay.
For comics, people that I know. And I'm like, all right, Salacuse is going to be there. Get out of the car. I look at Salacuse. He's wearing his rolled up, oversized jeans, Hawaiian shirt, and a We Might Be Drunk windbreaker.
At a wedding.
I go, what the fuck is this? He goes, I didn't know it was a wedding. He DM'd me. Because Chavone, I think Salacuse was a tack on for someone else that didn't come. By the way, Lex was there also. Lex was filming. So I see Lex, and Salacuse is literally wearing a We Might Be Drunk episode 200 windbreaker that I assume you bought him at a kids trophy store.
It was a gift. I got it out of a gumball machine.
It said coach on it. I don't know what the fuck it was. And I go, oh, I just dumped water.
He's
I
coaching
go,
our little league team.
I go, what the fuck are you doing? He really is Kramer. I
He
go,
is
what is
Kramer.
this? I go, you got a fucking thing on. And
I
yeah,
get
Hawaiian
by.
shirt. We might be drunk. And I go, well, whatever. He goes, I thought he has a camera. He goes, I thought I was the help. I thought I was filming it. I thought I was taking photos. But I go, well, even if you're taking photos, you still put a jacket on, you jackass.
Yeah, right? What the hell?
I mean, it literally,
He's dressed like Chunk from the Goonies.
he's walking, he's identical, and he's walking around at a wedding, and it literally says, we might be drunk on his back. I'm like, what are you fucking crazy? I go, zip that up. Or,
200th episode.
I go, zip it up or zip it out. I mean,
Zippity doo dah. Bye bye.
fucking shirt. I'm like, run to Old Navy or something.
Get a collar on, a button down,
He's
something.
got New Balance sneakers with holes in them. His toes are sticking out.
Oh man, he's like a porn director in the 80s.
It was crazy. So, and then by the way, he walks right up to the altar because I'm up there waiting for the wedding jizz. He comes right up. He's like, "How you doing? How you feeling? What's going on?" I'm like, a little nervous. I'm looking at my poems.
He should have altered his outfit.
I'm like, I go, "What are you doing?" So then the wedding groom and bride are coming down, and Salacuse's got his hands in his pockets, just shooting the shit, just
Yeah.
like, so thinking about doing a sketch. He's pitching all your ideas. He loves your ideas.
Oh, good.
He's like, I pitched something to Mark. He liked it. We might do it. I'm like, can you sit down, please? Preferably behind a plant in the back or in a stall and lock the door. He goes,
Get a tray of food and carry it, will you? Make yourself useful.
so we go. Then I go, I'm like, where's Chavone? I haven't seen Chavone since 85. Someone tips me off. He's out back, nervous. He's pissing his pants. I go out back. I go, hey. And he goes, hey, you made it. Thank God. And I go, hey, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing here. Like, what? Can you give me some pointers, some tips?
You didn't write anything?
I wrote shit, but nobody told me to say anything or what kind of thing.
No, it's your voice. It's your interpretation.
I did some things. So he goes, I'm nervous. I'm shitting my pants.
Yeah, he's got a point there.
So I thought, it's not about me. Let me just let it go. Let me be of service. Like, okay, I'm going to nail it for you, buddy.
You got
Don't worry.
this. You got 30 years of experience up the wazoo.
So I go back to the altar. I'm sitting there. He comes up. His wife is radiant. And by the way, he's giggling his ass off at the altar. We're having a good time, laughing. His wife comes up. She's radiant. Then I go, okay, well, it's in my hands. Do whatever I want is what they said. So I go, dearly beloved, if my father's gay, sorry about Salacuse.
It's all pipes.
And I go, now here's a poem from Mary Oliver. And the crowd boos. And I read the poem. I don't know what the fuck it says. Love hath not be gay if Batman is farts, jingle bells.
Wait,
Amen.
You didn't even write your own thing? You lifted a cunt's poem from Nature Bitch?
You want me to write a poem?
Well, you got to write a thing. You're the priest.
I wrote fucking, hey, dearly beloved, Andrew and Sandy. The best man writes something.
I figured you're up there. You're a friend. You give a what for?
Did Patton write something?
Oh, he did a whole number.
No, he Googled, he mentioned. I did a couple of things. I said, hey, when they first met, I knew he was going to be happy. He was very happy.
Okay, I thought he was gay.
Happy. Yeah, exactly. I said a few things, and she's funny. I did a few things.
All right.
Spoke from the heart. Then I read a short poem, and I go, okay, well, I guess we're about 90 seconds into the thing. I go, okay, well, let's get this thing over with. So, and then I hear this. I go, what is it? I got a microphone. I'm holding a microphone. I'm like, and he blasts out. What is going on? And Siobhan goes, you got to. And Sandy and him are like, and I'm sitting there shaking with the book. Lex has got it all on video. We put this in the Patreon. I'm like,
no.
I go, what's happening? What is this? What am I doing? They're like, the poem.
You never said it?
He's like, my niece is reading a poem. And I'm like, they're like, yeah, that was supposed to be the beginning. I had no idea.
No one told you.
No one told me there'd be days like these. So then.
Wait, his niece.
I go, who's reading a poem? Is someone here reading a poem? And she's like, I'm reading a poem.
Oh, my God.
And I go, oh, my God. It's an 11-year-old girl with pigtails, and it's her big day, and she's wearing heels for the first time.
Oh, boy, that's hot.
So she comes up. I lower the mic, and all I can think is, what if her poem's my poem?
Oh.
Can you imagine? Can you fucking imagine? And the whole time, I'm like holding the microphone for her like it's like a sing-along, like it's sweet.
Oh, this is adorable. Did she read the John Oliver?
No, she read a 6-page poem. Her poem was like the Declaration of Independence.
Come on, you tiny coos. You got to know brevity is best.
It went for a month, and the whole time, I'm like, I'm a piece of shit. I blew it. Her niece hates me. His parents hate me. My father's gay. And she goes on and on, finishes. I'm like, okay, so now my confidence is shattered. I'm like, so we good? Can we stick the rings on your dick? Get out of here.
Yeah, ringworm.
Finally, I wrap it up. There's a lot of laughs. I think we were chuckling it up. I think I goofed a few times. Whatever.
Did you say kiss the bride?
I did the kiss the
All
bride.
right.
I said, if you'd like to, you can kiss the bride. I got hard. Took my dick out. They kissed. It was a beautiful wedding ceremony. Then we all go to our assigned seats, and there's these big candles with like they have big glass tubes around them, so the candles don't get knocked over and light the place on fire.
Sure.
Salacuse,
he's
the K-man. I mean, he's Kramer.
Oh,
He goes,
yeah.
I can't see over there. He's like, I can't see Peter.
Uh-huh.
He's like, these big glass things, aren't they annoying? And we're like, yeah, they're annoying. Just, you yes and somebody socially.
Sure.
Yeah, they're annoying. He goes, all right, I'll get rid of them. And he grabs these, they're glass tubes. They're 4 feet tall. And he's taking them off. He's 4'3".
Yeah.
He's taking them off like this. They're all shaky and rickety.
He's shimmying it up the candle.
Yes, and the candle is 9 feet long with a big flame on it. This place it's an old barn. It's literally like an old firehouse barn with hay.
Oh, my God.
And he's picking them up, and he takes them to the bar, and you can't hear what they're saying. You just see him put this thing down, and the bartender's like, and he's like,
oh, my God. Now you got
And
the Olympic torch out here.
oh, my God. And I'm like, we're going to get killed. And then I look over here, and you see, like, 3 guys. You know what it's like? It's like when Kramer's smoking, and you see, or the schmoopy, and you see Larry, the manager, in the corner. It's just 3 guys in suits like this.
Right.
And Salacuse is, now everyone in the house knows they're pissed.
Yeah.
Salacuse comes over, he grabs the next tube, just shimmies it on up. It's this long, it's fragile, this fire. And you hear the other guy walk by and go, what the fuck is this guy doing? Literally, that's a quote.
Ooh.
What the fuck is this guy doing?
Uh-oh.
And the bartender's like doing this, and the guy goes, yeah, this is a huge fire hazard. You can't do this.
That's fair.
And we're all going, we don't know this guy. And he
Well-
goes, well, how about I blow the candles out?
He said that?
Instead of putting the glass back where it belongs, he goes, how about I blow the candles out? And they're like, I guess. So he's...
The birthday party?
Salacuse was a tack-on invite via AOL Instant Messenger.
Well,
He's wearing
at least he blended in.
He's wearing a Hawaiian shirt and booty shorts, and he's going from table to table, blowing out all the candles. It's pitch black in the room. All the glasses in a pile over here. It's on the next to the wedding cake. There's just
my God.
carefully placed glass. It's dark. You can't see anyone's faces. All the candles have been blown out. He's walking around like Santa Claus, blowing out candles. That's what Santa does.
Just like the Beach Boys manager.
It was crazy. We danced the night away. It was beautiful. Siobhan got drunk. Sandy got drunk. Had a great time. We loved it. And happy Merry Christmas. Happy birthday to old Schiavone Baloney. He's in Aruba.
Hey,
And,
Aruba, Jamaica. Ooh, I wanna
And
take
we
it.
tore up that dance floor. And now I feel confident going into Canner's wedding.
Hell yeah.
But what a wedding. And you're going to some great video, right? We're going to put some videos of me dancing up there.
Love it.
Yeah, we get some reels. It's going to be awesome. All right, I think I went long. I got to go put the baby down. Oh, my God, I went way long. I got to put the baby down.
Oh, geez. All right, we're going to wrap it up. I'll be in Chicago at the Chicago Theater. Maybe Larry David. Who knows? And a lot of nieces in this episode, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Too. Nieces Paces. All right. And, you know the website. Check
Punch
it out.
Up Live.
Punch Up Live, Mark Norman. Punch Up Live, Joe List. And I love you. All right.
All right,
We'll see
there
you
it was.
later.
November 9th Town Hall, November 9th Town Hall, November 9th Town Hall.